they always come back. When we bout to link up, he texts me, where you at? I'm at the corner store, put my location on your maps. I like the way you low-key, man, I love the way you laugh. I can tell you riding for me, cause you bumping on my tracks.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I just woke up not too long ago, but we're gonna see what today has in store for us. I hope everyone's having a good day. I hope everyone's having a blessed day. But yeah guys, I'm gonna pray a little bit and I'm gonna worship a little bit, and then I'm gonna start to get ready because we have a full day ahead and I'm gonna be taking you guys along with me. So please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't mind my shirt, I have like paint on it. I was painting. But yeah guys, I love you guys so much. Grab your popcorn, grab whatever you need, and enjoy this video. And I forgot to show you guys, but I actually ordered some merch from a Christian shop. Shout out to Native Supply. I ended up ordering one of their shirts, guys, because I just really like the design. So I'm gonna unbox that or open that for you guys so you can see what I ordered. It's super cute. I'm so excited. I got it in the mail like 2 weeks ago, but I was waiting to show you guys because I didn't want to open it yet. Here's the packaging. Super cute. Also, shout out to my friend Anthony. I saw him wearing this and I was like, I have to get it. So shout out to him. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Tell me that's not cute. It says, "Oh death, where is your sting? A grave, where your victory?" Guys, I just thought this shirt was so badass. Best believe I'm gonna be wearing this literally almost every day. I just hope it doesn't get dirty because it's white. Guys, isn't it the cutest though? Like the details, dude. Like this is what I imagine when I think of Jesus defeating the devil. Like this is literally such a great image. Like yes. But yeah guys, I think I'm gonna be ordering more Christian merch. I want to like fill my closet up with like a bunch of like t-shirts and like hoodies and stuff. So I think I'm gonna be checking out other brands. If you have other brands that you know, let me know in the comments down below so I can check them out. But yeah guys, one of my favorite t-shirts now. Alright guys, so I came to the studio to paint a little bit and I'm currently working on this. I'm supposed to be painting this. Yeah guys, we're just gonna vibe here for a little bit. I'm gonna set you guys up so you guys could watch me paint for a bit. But yeah, we're playing Junior H and I got my little apron on. I look cute or whatever. And I'm so mad guys because I wore this shirt thinking that I wasn't gonna get paint on it, and look, it's okay y'all, this is gonna be my painting shirt now. But yeah guys, enjoy this, enjoy watching me paint. It's gonna be fun y'all. Guys, I'm literally debating if I should go to the Junior H concert. I'm already going to the Peso Pluma concert. I really want to go, guys, because honestly, Junior H has gotten me through so many things. I think I am gonna go, guys. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments if I should go to the Junior H concert or not. Another favorite song from the album is A Tu Nombre. Dude, that song, I think it's my favorite song from this album. Digamos rutas para no estarte pensando, y entre más tomo más te sigo recordando. Tu perfume está regado, te llamo y llamo pero no me has contestado. Tal vez no quieres a alguien lleno de hipocresía, todo lo bueno y malo que hacía te lo decía. Estaba a punto de salir a buscarte, pero si eres feliz tengo que respetarte. Not gonna lie, guys, I'm having a little trouble trying to paint because this is hard. Guys, I got hungry, so I bought a sandwich and I'm about to eat it. This place is called Mr. Pickles, and it's a sandwich shop. I've never tried it. This is my first time trying it, so we're gonna do a taste test for you guys. Yeah, guys, we're just gonna go ahead and try it. So far, it feels crispy, so I really like that about sandwiches. I forgot what sandwich I got because this was my first time, and I literally asked the guy which one should I eat, and he told me this one. I really don't know the name of it, guys, but this is how it looks. And look at the bread, y'all. It looks good, not gonna lie. I'm gonna try it. It's actually not that bad. It was 15 bucks for this, guys, and honestly, I don't think it's worth 15 bucks because it just tastes like any other sandwich that I've tried. But what I really like is the bread. It's so good. But yeah, guys, I thought it was gonna be like something more, you know, extravagant, but it honestly just tastes like any other sandwich. I'm playing worship music right now, but I'm gonna turn it off because I want to talk to you guys for a little bit. So far, this is my painting, guys. I don't think it's coming out that bad, but like, I don't know what else to add. Like, I don't know. Shout out to my artists out there. I don't know if you guys like ever feel this way, like when you're painting, like you literally have to keep coming back to it. You have to take breaks and stuff because sometimes you don't even know what to add, and you just kind of have to see it from like a different angle. Guys, painting takes a long time. Like, I'm just doing this right now, but imagine those people that actually do this for a living. Like, their paintings take a long time, and I'm not just talking about days. I'm talking about weeks. I'm talking about months. Shout out to you guys. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to talk to you guys for a little bit. I really wasn't gonna record today, guys, because I don't know, I didn't really think about recording, but God, like in the morning, I was like, I don't know why, like I just was so drawn to my camera. So I'm here, and honestly, I really don't even know what I'm going to talk about yet, but I feel like God's gonna put it in my spirit to talk about whatever he wants me to talk about. I just remembered. So recently, guys, I've just been thinking like why God has always surrounded me with people that are not believers, and you know, and I've always prayed to him like, God, I want people around me that, you know, believe in you, that have the same love for you. And I pray, guys, like I literally ask him so many times, but he always surrounds me with people that aren't believers. And I honestly feel like it's because he wants to work on the way that I see people that don't believe, because honestly it's hard to love people the way God loves us. Because if you think about it, like he loves everyone regardless of what you do, regardless of anything. So I feel like God is always calling us to do the same thing. He calls us to love each other regardless of the things that we're doing, regardless of where we are in life, regardless of how we look like, regardless of financial situations. And it's honestly been a big struggle for me, because as much as, you know, I always want to focus on like, oh, you're doing this wrong, or oh, like this isn't okay in God's eyes, like that's not what God is calling us to do as Christians. He calls us to love one another. Yes, there's commandments that he gives us that we must follow, and yes, all of that's important, but he said that above all, to love one another and to love him. And the Bible verse, the first book of Peter, chapter 4, verse 8, and it says, above all things, have intense and unfailing love for one another, for love covers a multitude of sins. And yeah, guys, as much as us Christians, like, we want to get mad and we want to point out like, oh, this and that, the enemy's doing this, the enemy's doing that. No, like, that's not what God has called us to do. God has called us to spread his love. You really think somebody's gonna come to you, somebody's gonna like wanna come to God if you just are constantly telling them, oh, what you're doing is wrong, or you're doing this, or you're doing is that. And yes, you're supposed to fear God, but you're not supposed to like wanting to fear love. Like, why would a God that's so loving like want you to be scared? Or no, like, that's literally the enemy. That's literally what the enemy wants. He wants people to be scared and be like, oh, God's not gonna forgive you, God's not gonna accept you. Those are all lies, guys. But not even gonna lie, it is a struggle, like, to just want to tell people and want to like make them aware of things that they're doing wrong that doesn't please God. But sometimes I think about, I'm like, there's people that, you know, are doing things that are wrong and stuff, and yet God still loves them. Like I said before, God doesn't see us the way we see each other. Like, he sees our heart. People are so quick to judge everyone, like, oh, he's doing this, he must not be right with God. Like, you know, you could be doing everything right and you could not be right with God. Of course, obedience is important, but that's when God gives you instructions, right? You could be the worst person, like, you could be doing all this and that, but if your heart is with God and God sees everything that's inside and it's good, like, he's not gonna care about any of that. The other day I was reading the book of Moses when he was leading the people into Israel, and those 40 years that he was leading them. And it's crazy to think about the fact that, you know, like, he led them for 40 years and he didn't get to take them into the promised land, guys. Like, could you imagine, like, doing everything God asked you to do and you end up not even doing, like, getting to the final thing? Like, I would be so upset, not gonna lie, but it's really a teaching lesson, because if you think about it, and when God told Moses that he would not be going into the promised land, like, it wasn't really because of something Moses had done or Moses had said. It was mostly because of his heart posture. Because there was a point where Moses and the people, like, they didn't have any water, and so Moses went to go ask God and, like, you know, beg him and plead to him if he could please provide water. And God told him, like, oh, go up to the rock and tell it and speak to it. But Moses was so frustrated, guys. Like, it had been 40 years of him, like, going back and forth with these people. These people were so stubborn or whatever. And he was just so fed up, guys, because they had no faith. So he went to the rock, right? How God told him to go. And he hit the rock with the rod. And of course, God still provided, like, he still gave them water and everything. But God did not tell Moses to hit the rock. He told him to speak to it. But the reason he hit the rock is because he was so frustrated. Like, he literally told them, like, you rebels. Like, that just showed inside his heart he was angry and he felt some type of way. And since we represent God, guys, we can't have this angry appearance. Like, how is us being angry? How is us calling other people out on their mistake? How is us judging other people bringing glory to the kingdom of God? How? It would have been so different if Moses would have been like, God provided. Could you imagine him just speaking to the rock and it flowing out water and him saying, see, God did this? But instead, like, him hitting the rod, it made it seem like he did it. And that didn't show the character of God to the people. It just didn't. So because of that, God was like, oh, you're not going to be, with that attitude, like, you're not going to be bringing my people into the promised land. And I think about myself too. Like, when I was a baby Christian, I remember, like, if people ever told me, like, oh, you're wrong, this and that, like, I would get so angry, guys. And now, like, I don't know, I feel like now I'm way more patient with the way God wants me to approach people. Guys, it's so easy to hate everyone. Like, it's easy to become this angry person. That's so easy. Like, truly loving them, guys, like you love yourself. Can you imagine loving somebody as yourself? People nowadays, they don't care about any of that. They always just are like, oh, what's this person gonna do for me? How does this benefit me? We're in this mindset of the things we can get out of people, when that's literally not what God wants us to do. He wants us to love each other like we love ourselves. I honestly feel like that's probably why God has surrounded me with people that, that don't believe. Of course, I have, friends that believe and stuff, but just having friends where I can, express myself, this and that, never. And I truly feel like God has been working on that in my heart. Like, I understand though, I really do understand why there's people that, don't believe in God and this and that. And it's honestly not an issue with God at all. It's not an issue with him. It's an issue with the people that represent him. It's an issue with the church. Because there's so many things, guys, in churches. Me personally, I don't go to church. And I just haven't found the right church that, is appropriate, and I feel like is truly a good representation of God. It's just so tricky, guys. Like, I feel like so many people are stuck in like a religious mindset when it's not supposed to be a religious mindset. They've gotten stuck on, going to church, not wearing certain things, not drinking certain things. And I read somewhere in the Bible it says, don't worry about like if you can't wear this, if you can't drink that. Like, those are all religious mindsets. And I've been to churches and stuff where it just seems like, oh, I'm not supposed to be doing this because it's not Christian. Like, oh, I'm not supposed to be doing that because people, And that's why I'm just like, no, like, I have my relationship with God. God loves me the way that I am. And if there's things that I like to do, of course, there's things from things, right? There's things that obviously you're not supposed to do, like kill, steal, this and that. But if I like to dress a certain way, if I like to drink, I don't know what I like to drink, and someone comes and tells me like, hey, you're not supposed to be doing that, like, you really think that's gonna separate me from the love of God? Like, God is not gonna come here and be like, oh, you shouldn't be drinking that. Oh, you shouldn't be dressed like that. You're not my child. Like, that's so absurd, guys. So I understand where people come from when they say like, no, like, I don't believe in God. Because everyone thinks that like, oh, believing in God, like, you have to act a certain way. Yes, there's partially some truth to that, because God says be the light of this world, right? There's some truth to that. Just because you do something doesn't mean God doesn't love you any less. Like, you guys have to understand, and I've said this before, King David literally had an affair, guys. He killed somebody, and God still loved him. God still chose him. It's not about what you do, it's about your heart posture. I think the hardest thing in this life is to have a good heart. I've met so many nice people, guys. I've met mean people. I've met this and that. But to truly come across somebody who has a pure heart, who doesn't have any ill intent, who is truly like genuine, is hard. And it's hard to even work on your heart too, because there's so many things, guys, that need to be taken out of you. There's so many things that have been programmed. There's so many habits that you have that you don't even know about that are corrupting you. Can you imagine if everyone had a good heart? Like, could you imagine that? Can you imagine all the love that would be in this world? There would be no poverty, guys. There would be no hunger, if you think about it. Because God says that people complicate themselves. It's because of them that there's hunger, that there's this and that. Because God gives plenty for everybody, guys. He gives resources, he gives food. But There's people that have so much money, guys, and they don't use it to help other people. They keep it all to themselves. So much stuff could be fixed if the people who actually have the means to do it, they would just do it. But their heart isn't right. I'm sorry to say it. And this answers a big question. If God is real, why is there so much bad in the world? Because just like God blesses, the devil also blesses, guys. Just like God elevates you, the enemy also elevates you. It's up to us to discern who is from who. There's another Bible verse that says, "Many are called, but few are chosen." Guys, everyone gets an invitation from God. Whether that's you hearing from him, whether that's knowing about him, but there's very few people who actually show up. Let's say it's like a party, guys. Like, I don't know, let's say you're going to a wedding, right? And everyone gets an invitation, right? Not everyone that gets an invitation shows up. And even from the people that show up, there's even like a few people that don't come like prepared, that don't come ready, you know, and it shows. And the same way, many people are called to serve God. Many people are invited to serve God, but only a few of those are actually chosen. Why? Because their heart leads towards righteousness. I always think about the story of Cain and Abel, because in the story, both Cain and Abel offered a sacrifice to God, right? But God rejected Cain's sacrifice. It doesn't say in the Bible like why God rejected, and a lot of people take that out of context and they're like, why would he do that? Like he had no reason to do that. Like, why would God prefer Abel's sacrifice over Cain's? Literally, like a couple days ago, guys, I was thinking about this story and I was like, could it be that God saw Cain and Abel's heart, and Abel's heart was in a better posture than Cain's was, and that's why God chose Abel's sacrifice? Because shortly after, those of you who don't know this story, shortly after, Cain killed his brother because of that. That just shows you guys that Cain's heart was not in the right place. And why would God accept something from you if it's not in the right, if your heart's not in the right place? It's kind of like with a parent. You tell your parent tells you, oh, go do this and that. You do it because they're asking you, right? There's a big difference in doing it because they ask you or doing it because you want to do it. Which one do you think is better? Because you want to do it, right? God is not gonna force anybody to come to him. He's not gonna like be begging you like to come to him. He's really not. But if you do come to him, he's gonna know if it's genuine. Like, he's gonna know if you truly want to serve him. He'll work with you on that. It's not like, oh, you have to come perfect, you know? But as long as you're willing to accept and willing to be like, God, like, I know I'm not perfect, but I'm willing to work on this with you, he'll do so much, guys. I've met so many Christians where they're just like discouraged and stuff, or people, they get discouraged and they say, oh, well, like, God has never really done anything and everything is my doing. Take for example, what Kanye West said recently in one of his interviews. He's like, oh, I've prayed so much for God and like he's never done. Take this very lightly because I don't remember exactly what he said, but he said something along the lines of, oh, he's his own God, and you know, he prayed so much to God and he never did anything, so he had to take matters into his own hands. And he said, oh, I prayed so much and God never came through. First of all, did you wait, or were you just impatient and you jumped to do whatever you wanted to do because you wanted it like this? God is a God like this, but he's also an on-time God. So you just have to trust that whenever pray for something, trust that he hears you, forget about it, leave it to him, And he'll make it happen when the time is right. And if it's in his will. It's not like, oh, you're just gonna pray something and he's not gonna hear it. He is gonna hear it, of course. But if it's not in his will, guys, don't expect for it. And you just have to accept the fact that it's not what he wants, and that's why you don't have it. But another thing is, a lot of Christians, they don't want to wait. And not gonna lie, I'm also one of those Christians. Sometimes I get really impatient, but God has really been working on me, trying to be more patient with everything. And I used to be so impatient, guys, and I feel like that's why people turn to themselves, or they turn to like psychics, they turn to mediums, because they want answers right away. Like, they want to know what to do, they want this and that, and that's why a lot of the times our plans fail, because we want something so bad that we think it's what we want, you know. And a lot of the times it's what our flesh wants and not what our spirit needs. And yeah, going back to the Kanye West situation, it's just so sad to see, guys, because I just think about, like, damn, like, could you imagine the testimony he, like, that he has over his life? Like, going from like one of the biggest like hip hop artists to, coming to Jesus. And could you imagine like the glory he would give God? I just, like, it's sad to see, but he started saying like, oh, that he's his own God. And when you're your own God, you think everything you do is because you did it. It's because of your effort. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to talk for a little bit and let you know what's been on my mind this past week. I think it's so sad, guys. Like, I don't know. So many people, guys, have so much potential to really be in the kingdom, guys, and there's so much fear, guys. There's so much like fear of rejection, fear of changing, and it makes me so sad. Like, sometimes, like, I just want to like tell them, like, dude, like, God chose you. Like, come on, like, you have a purpose. And I have to hold myself back every time, guys, because people, like, you tell them that and they just like look at you so weird. But just imagining like the testimonies, guys, and just telling them like, oh, God did this for me, but I really can't even imagine how my life would be like if I never came to God. Like, I don't know what I would be doing. I'm super thankful. I also wanted to let you guys know that I'm gonna be going back to LA, and I don't know actually, but I'm gonna be going for a weekend because I'm gonna be a madrina for one of my friends. I'm gonna be recording all of that weekend, so hopefully you guys get to see all of them. Literally, shout out to Waffles. Waffles is a real one. He's gonna come get me because me and him were actually like the padrinos and stuff, so it's gonna be a fun weekend, guys. I'm finally gonna get to see my dog. Literally, like, I'll be in bed and stuff, and I'm like looking at pictures of him, and I'm just like, I wish I was with my little palagua. Yeah, guys, stay tuned in for that video. I'm gonna be dropping another video next week because I got something really excited that I'm working on. But yeah, guys, stay tuned in for that. I'm gonna go ahead and finish my painting, guys, because low-key I want to go home. So far, I have this. Does that look like that? I still need to fix it up right here a little bit, but yeah, it's coming out all right. I feel like maybe just like an hour more of work and I'll be done, but it's coming out cute or whatever.
A few moments later.
All right, guys, I officially finished. I think it's not that bad, not gonna lie, but I still could keep going, guys, but I'm honestly a little tired, so I'm gonna probably continue it some other day. But yeah, guys, I just want to show you around the room. These are some of the other people's paintings, and honestly, they're super good. Like this one's so good. Like just look at the shading on the, so good. This one too is one of my favorites. I honestly really like this one because it's just so different. Like the texture on everything, but you could still see what it is, you know? But yeah, guys, I'm gonna head out already. It's currently 8 p.m. so I've been here since 4, I believe. So I've been here for 4 hours, guys. I'm gonna head home, guys. I love you guys. I'll see y'all in the next video. I hope you enjoyed my little talk and just like a little mini vlog of me. But yeah, guys, if you haven't subscribed already, guys, what are you doing? Make sure to subscribe. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
They always come back when we bout to link up. He texts me where you at. I'm at the corner store, put my location on your maps. I like the way you low-key, man, I love the way you laugh. I can tell you riding for me cause you bumping on my